detangling?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just detangling.
Where's John when we need him?
Yeah, where is John when we need him?
Hey, John, we need you. Yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. So anyway,
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, September 19th, 2021. Can't believe it. It's almost in September.
It's September 19th.
Yeah. Fall comes this week, like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Can't come soon enough.
Yeah. And it's funny because like here in India, it's supposed to rain like Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, it's supposed to like get cooler.
Be in the 60s.
Yeah. And my husband was saying, you could get down to 40 at night. And I'm going,
Yay!
yay! I'm all for it.
Sweater weather.
Except I have to put away my flip-flops.
Well, you don't have to.
At 40,
That's
yeah.
overnight. During the day, it gets back
During
up
the
to
day,
60, 70, then you're
okay.
fine. So you just can't wear your flip-flops while you're sleeping.
That's true. I can't wear my flip-flops. They do get tangled up a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, I would think
With the
they would.
sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they kind of do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm Deb,
Sue.
Micah?
and we are here again on a
Flocking
Sunday.
around the table.
We are flocking today, and actually we're all kind of knitting, and we're doing. Where's your? You get your put your knitting on the table, so it looks like we're really doing something important.
I'm posting our breakfast for our people.
Oh yeah, people. Here
I'll-
comes Sue's pop-up diner every Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'll put it on Instagram for y'all.
Okay, yeah, we had a good breakfast. It was nice, simple.
Speaking of Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week's stitch marker giveaway is on Instagram. So y'all need to get your fannies over there and look at the kitty cap posting that I posted yesterday.
Yep.
And follow the instructions. And y'all will be entered in for the kitty cat giveaway. I can't call them Hello Kitty because they're technically not Hello Kitty, but they look an awful lot like Hello Kitty, if you know what I mean.
They're very cute. Very cute.
They really are. I mean, they're just the sweetest little thing. You just want to go, hello, little kitty.
And hello, little kitty.
Hello there.
That's what maybe I should call them. Hello, little kitty.
Hello, little kitty. Maybe that's how Hello Kitty got Hello Kitty's
I'm not
name.
sure.
I don't know.
I don't know how that came about.
I don't either.
Here's my drippy cup again for you guys.
Yeah, she got the drippy.
Drippy all
I got
over.
my zing. I needed heavy duty this morning.
She's flocking it.
She's flocking it. She's always
That's
flocking.
because she comes over and she gets her flock cup like a good little flocker. And I've been up since 4 drinking out of my, my cup.
I rolled over about
I
4:30 and thought of you.
I got my first cup of coffee out of the very, 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 very first of the pot. And anybody who's ever done that know that first bit of coffee is extremely strong.
Yeah.
Especially in this household.
Yeah.
And it was wicked.
Yeah, we had to pull her off the ceiling because she was like, woo!
It was so now it's been diluted down a bit so I can actually drink it
There you go.
and enjoy it. But it was at the beginning was very yes.
Yeah.
Very coffee.
Very coffee.
Very coffee.
You got that coffee going, I'm telling you.
Well,
I have something to show you all, and we talked about this last week with Leah.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Leah. She's in Seattle.
How fun.
She
in
talked
Seattle
about getting books
Bound like that.
bound at the office, your Office Depot, Office Max, Office, your local office store. And this is what she's talking about. This is the one that she had, and I took it in to our local office supply place and asked them to spiral bind it. And this is what they did. So now you can open it and it lays flat.
Nice.
I had the same done with a pattern book. And is this a little slice of heaven?
Yeah, that would be a slice of heaven because you
So
don't have
you've
to
got-
weight it down.
Now you've got
Yeah.
the whole pattern stretched out in front of you. The only caution I would say is call your local office supply place. Make sure that they do this before you go trekking over. First one I went to did not, but they did both of these in a couple of hours, and together they cost me $12. So
worth it.
certainly worth it.
Yeah.
But I
Especially even if you just go like this, like you have a pattern, say on this page, you can actually just go like that and have it.
Or like me, if you write on your patterns, you could make the copy, and then you can write on the copy.
You can't really do that because you can't copy them.
I can't because it's for personal use.
Whatever.
And it's on my own personal copier.
Anyway,
and I have to blow it up so I can see it.
Well,
she talked about this, but I thought it might be helpful for you to have a visual to see exactly what she was talking about.
And you can see the back seat of her car. It's full of all these books she's going to get spiraled on.
Mine?
shush up. You smarty pants.
No, I used to do this when I was teaching in the classroom. I used to do this all the time. Have the workbooks and so forth, have the binding cut off, and have them. I put them in a 3-ring binder so that then I could get the pages out and use them and so forth. So
yeah, it's not a new technique. It's
no. It's just that she brought it up.
But it's just not something that we
into the
technically think about for
right. And it was she brought it up, and I wasn't sure it was clear what she was referring to. So that's why I brought these in so you could actually see.
I wonder if you could take like paper copies that we've printed out from like Ravelry or whatnot. You could take like all your shawl ones.
You could and turn
make
your own book.
make it into a book
Yeah,
itself.
you could.
That would be cool.
That would be cool too.
I wouldn't know of any reason why not.
No, I don't either.
Of course, what I've done is all of mine are in the sleeves.
Yeah,
and they're in a notebook.
Binder.
But I think that your idea is better because
and you had
very
a little
often.
plastic sheet put on the top.
Yeah, I had a plastic sheet put on the front.
Nice.
And I could have had a plastic sheet on the back,
but
I didn't.
But that's not, see, protection. We are just public service announcements.
PSA of the day.
We are just here for you guys. Look at this. This is amazing.
Let me take a picture of that before
it goes away.
Before you put it away. Yeah, because
We'll get a new post out.
I'm still trying to get this post out, but I'm listening to these two.
Anyway, I just thought that was
it was a fun thing to do.
It was a fun thing to do, and it really is a sensible thing to do. And if you've already thought of it, then good for you. And if you haven't, here's a new idea to work on. So that's all I have to say about that.
Well, and I like the spiral effect. I think that I'm more of a spiral than a notebook.
Notebooks get real cumbersome.
Yeah, they do. And to me, this would be so much easier to throw in a bag or your backpack.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You know, than a 3.
But I like Sue's idea of taking your patterns and putting a whole bunch together,
and making
having that made into a spiral because
that would be good.
Many patterns are multi-page.
Sure.
Yeah.
So having it simply in a sleeve,
you're
constantly
turning
in and out and back and forth. So I may give that a whirl this week.
Woohoo!
See,
there you go. Another project.
I think of a few things every now and then.
Yeah. And sometimes I pay attention.
Here, let me write it down.
On occasion.
Sue had an idea. Write it down. Yeah.
This is number 1 for 21.
Yeah, I mean, you can, right? Number 1 for 21. Yeah, so you could have like a hat book. You could have a shawl book. You could have a sweater book. You could
Especially the ones that you kind of go for, or maybe like, well, Marcia's a repeater. I'm not as much of a repeater, or like Leah. Look at Leah, because she does a lot of the same patterns, you know, in this way.
We might give Leah an idea.
Leah?
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
Miss Leah this week has, you guys heard from last week, she took her 3 daughters out to Seattle to visit her family, and she is rocking it. She keeps sending us photos, and if you guys follow her on Instagram,
Pygmy Tiger,
Pygmy Tiger Knits on Instagram, you will see all of her fabulous photos of her beautiful girls and that wagon she brought.
And her shopping. She's done a little yarn shopping.
She went a little yarn shopping. She had to have some mommy time, and that's all good.
But I thought it was cute the way she posted it. She got a bouquet of yarn. And it was wrapped in paper just like you would be giving a bouquet of flowers.
And I was like, you know,
what a cool thing.
She said something about, a bouquet of yarn is better than a bouquet of flowers. And I went, well, both is okay.
Yeah.
Both is all right.
I'm more likely to get probably, I can't think of anybody who's going to give me either one, so I'll have to buy them for myself.
Oh, well, there you go. Feeling sorry for yourself again. Oh, my God.
Well, if I don't, who will?
I feel sorry for you every once in a while.
Don't bother.
Oh my gosh.
What a bunch
Breakfast
of
is up, so you guys can see it on the Instagrams.
What a bunch of hooey.
breakfast.
You don't
There
feel
you-
sorry for me ever.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you two. Just,
Well,
I'm not playing Switzerland.
she's not being Switzerland today.
I'm not
Damn.
going to play Switzerland today.
See, this is why I have no hair over here. I realized this week that it's
It's
because
'cause
you
you're
hit
pulling
me.
it out?
No, it's because you hit me on this side of the head.
She didn't hit you on the head.
Never
Yeah,
hit
sometimes
you.
she did. Well, I have bruises.
I do
over
it so
here.
fast that nobody sees
Nobody
it.
sees it. You are Speedy.
She's a Speedy Gonzalez. Knock it
Oh
off.
my goodness.
So,
I have a funny story about my mom and her hearing aids.
okay,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
hear that. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
We were up there last week, and she's just gotten these hearing aids, and she's just gotten them all figured out, and they're working beautifully. And we were sitting in the living room and had all the doors and windows open because the weather was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And she heard this noise. And what is that noise? And
And you're hearing everything normal.
I'm thinking,
Right.
I don't hear anything particular. It was the crickets. She hadn't heard crickets in a long time, and she heard
Bless
those
her
crickets,
heart.
and she said
Bless her heart.
it disturbed her a bit.
Well, sure,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So we explained that it was crickets, and it was probably going to be okay, and she was fine with it. So love you, Mom.
Hi,
Bless
Mom.
her heart.
No problem, bless her heart. That's so
But the
cute.
hearing aids are
maybe-
working well.
Maybe she doesn't want the hearing aids anymore. She's hearing shit she doesn't want to hear.
My mother used to do
Mm.
that. She'd sit in the car and she would turn that hearing aid down, especially when we were arguing. And then she'd be looking out the window and you'd talk to her and be like, Mom! And she's over there going,
Wow.
what? I said, did you turn your hearing aids down? I don't care for the ambient sound.
Okay,
And I'm like,
stop pushing the table.
I was going to say, did the table just
You're
move?
pushing the table away from me.
did I?
Yes, you and your boobs.
Boom, boom. Okay,
Boom
much more
shakalaka.
boom.
You and
shakalaka.
your don't be a salty.
Don't be a salty bitch. Did you see the new Snoop Dogg commercial for SodaStream?
Okay, y'all, I got a just hold up. I got a DM in Instagram about a Snoop Dogg cookbook.
Oh!
I'm gonna have to get it.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh!
Gonna have to get
I'm
it
gonna write that down and look that
on
up.
Amazon.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do that.
Snoop Dogg cookbook.
Cookbook.
Oh,
okay.
probably with Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
You
probably
never know.
not.
Okay, maybe not.
No, maybe the
if
other
it was
side.
with Martha Stewart, Martha Stewart would be on the cover. It's just not.
Just Snoop?
And it's
Well, I thought that they were buds.
Well, they are. I mean, they hang out. They do commercials
it may
and
be
things together.
it may be a vitamin M cookbook.
Could
I'm
be.
not
Oh,
sure.
I think
like
so.
I didn't actually.
He's got a whole
But I
line
was
of
like,
that stuff,
that
which
is
is cool.
fantastic.
Yeah. And he does this new
Snoop Dogg.
commercial with the cutest,
Snoop
cutest
Dogg, you
tortoise.
have to come here.
With a what?
A turtle.
A turtle.
Because they're saving the environment because you're making your own soda
Yeah.
with the streamer and
Yeah.
not buying plastic
I
bottles
have
for
a
it.
soda stream.
So it's the new and
I'm
improved.
I'm not that excited about bubbly water, but
Oh, it's bubbly, and this is Snoop Dogg, and he stands there, and him and the turtle are communicating, and then Snoop Dogg says he saved the world.
Of course.
I mean, it's like so amazing.
What
it was
else could
such
you
a
ask?
good commercial. Go Snoop! I was so impressed. I almost went out and bought a soda stream.
You don't have to. I have one here if you want one.
No, that's okay. I figure why bother.
yeah,
It's just another thing I'm going to have to get rid of in a couple of years. And I have this week discovered, well, Sue told me about it. I've known about it, but I finally got some stuff together and I posted some stuff on Poshmark because my mom and I have a bag fetish. And we're talking,
your bag ladies.
yeah, total bag ladies. Seriously.
Wow,
And,
I messed that up.
uh-oh.
Well, it's okay. It's nothing for you to be sorry about. You didn't do anything.
Well, I'm
I
just
was
sorry that you made a mistake.
No, it's
That's
okay.
your sorry
It's
sword.
a sympathetic sorry.
Yeah, it's just sympathetic. It's not.
Okay, well,
I
it's
don't really
fine.
care. So anyway,
I know you don't care.
We have this bag fetish, so I finally posted them on Poshmark this week, and so actually sold a couple of bags, which was really pretty cool. So now I'm running around the house trying to find boxes so that I can get all the other ones.
And
out
she's
of there.
texting me because I've been on Poshmark for like 4 years. And I keep telling these ladies, if you want to get rid of shit, just put it up on Poshmark.
Yeah,
Throw a decent price on there. And then, you know, you can get rid of it in your mailbox for crying out loud. You don't even
Seriously.
need to go anywhere. do anything.
No,
just
I
take a
could've just stuck
picture.
it out there. And
Yeah.
away you go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Poshmark is fantastic, y'all. If you have shit you need to get rid of, clothes,
or if you're
shoes,
looking for something too, and you don't want to spend a lot of money
household
on
goods, whatever,
Yeah.
just take
Yeah.
a quick picture. It's great.
it's perfect for stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun with
great.
that this week. That was my big production, and now I'm kind of looking for all the bags that I've stashed all over the house because I don't use them anymore, and I use about the same 4 actually.
Uh-huh.
So I should, but I don't know if I'll ever get rid of all my Disney ones because they're just too fun.
Well, you don't
Yeah.
have to get rid of them, but
No, but I
the
think I
ones
came up with a way to hang them around the house in those empty places, kind of turn them into art or get a little,
My excitement this week was my younger son Grant is, if you want to do anything with a computer, my older son Tim is a wizard. If you want to do something with other kinds of things,
other kinds of electronic things,
or just handyman kinds of things, my younger son Grant is the man to call.
The way to go. Yep.
And my ice maker stopped working. Well, my garbage disposal stopped working too. But I don't have enough food in my house to worry about a garbage disposal.
I was gonna say.
So
what even goes through? I mean, the crumbs off of your plate. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, I don't.
usually
Yeah, I don't.
You don't even
sandwich?
use plates.
No, I use napkins and paper plates.
Right.
Anyway, my ice maker broke. Now this is a crisis because I have ice water at my side all the time. And my darling son Grant came to my house, worked, thought he could fix the one that was in there, decided he couldn't, and then he went and got a new one and replaced it.
Nice.
So I now have ice overflowing in my freezer, and I am a happy, happy woman.
I would be happy too. Even, Micah just opens the door and boom.
It's great. And I said, can I take you to dinner or something to thank you? And he said, oh no, Mother, you gave birth to me and you fed me all those years.
Okay.
Oh,
Now I tell you what, and I
Now
didn't.
that's a good son because my mom, for a ride, whenever you took her out, do you need gas? Yeah, it's empty.
yep. Sure do. Sure do need gas.
I think
Thank
my
you very
brother
much.
had a
Especially
5-gallon tank.
nowadays.
I think he had a 5-gallon bucket in the back of his car. So whenever he took mommy, he not only filled the tank, he filled the
filled it.
extra.
Filled the bucket.
Yeah.
Well, my mom, she's not driving right now, and so when people drive her someplace, she'll very often buy them lunch.
Oh, that's a good thing.
And which is a good deal for her because
Sure.
she gets to go places she needs to go, and then
And
she
she has
gets lunch.
company for lunch.
has company for lunch. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win all the way around.
Sure.
So if you're a friend of my mom's and you're watching this, then thank you very much. I appreciate
for toting mom around.
your
That's
time
better
and
than
energy.
an Uber.
It is better than
Yeah.
an Uber because
And then the friend gets to have a friend with them. That's really a cool thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she has one friend that takes her to the grocery store pretty regularly.
Good.
And which is good because then, mom has food in her house.
Which
Always
is-
a plus.
Yeah, always a plus to have food in your house.
Yeah, particularly coffee.
Yeah, gotta have the coffee.
Well,
I must have coffee.
yeah, you don't know my mom. She has to have coffee.
Yeah, it's just like me.
Anyway,
Must
and
have
while we're talking about mom, I want to show you the progress that I've made on mom's sweater.
Oh yeah, this is good. Oh, I love this yarn. I keep holding back thinking I need it. But
I'm working on finishing whips is what I'm working
me too.
on.
Okay,
Well, she
this
too.
is the progress I've made on mom's sweater.
You've wound a ball.
I tore it out.
Why?
Because, this is a sad story, I got all the way down to separating for the sleeves. I separated for one sleeve, I knit across the back, was ready to separate for the second sleeve, realized that all I would have left was 5 stitches for the front, and went, ding, 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 something's wrong here.
Oh no.
I apparently missed an increase
or something.
something. So that's what the state of mom's sweater.
Oh, dearie dear.
Nice progress. Very tightly.
Isn't
put
that a nice
together.
winding job?
Probably be very warm.
It would be if it's like you've got a third boob.
Sort of like,
It's much perkier than your others.
I know. Look at that.
It's 'cause
What's
it-
that movie?
It's because it's
actually?
new.
It's new.
Hasn't been around for 50 plus years.
And
I'm
know
67 years old.
I know that all of you at home have done something like this.
Oh, sure,
where
yeah.
you've worked on something and
all
had
of a
it,
sudden you
and
get
all
to
of a
that.
sudden you realize you really just screwed it up.
Right.
And really,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to
I
share
had
this
Leah
with.
fix my last big boo boo like that. Thank you, Leah.
So I called Mom and I said, Mom, about your sweater.
And
We
she was
had
like,
a little roadblock.
So about that sweater.
Yeah, maybe next spring. So there you go.
Maybe you should make her the tee. It would be ready. It would be
This
ready.
is the tee. The
T-shirt.
yeah.
T-shirt sweater.
Yeah.
Short sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
okay, well then that'll
Well,
be ready for
then
spring.
it'll be ready for spring.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be
that'll
ready
work.
for
Yeah,
spring.
that'll be fine.
So yeah, I thought you'd all appreciate that.
Oh, I know how that happens when you get going
Yeah.
on them. So
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of, like Sue, this week. I gathered up stuff, and there's a certain set that I want to get done before I don't know how long the surgery in my
She keeps
hand.
pointing to her hand because she's going to have
I have
surgery
a
on her
trigger
hand.
finger here we've treated twice with shots, and it hasn't fixed it. So they tell me, in what I read on the internet, it's not a massive surgery, but you do have a 3 week of healing time where you're not supposed to be doing a lot of stuff with it.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
Can't be wiggling your
can't
finger
be
a lot.
wiggling my finger and things like that. So I might have to get divorced too, because I'll have to take the rings off. Because
Oh, honey, if he were going to leave you,
He would have left a long
he'd
time
have been
ago.
gone a long time ago.
I hid the keys.
Oh, poor Mikey.
And poor Mikey and Mikey.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
the other side of the house is he only fixes it so far, and then he so that he knows that, one, it'll cost me a small fortune for someone else to come in and fix it, and two, to find the part to fix it is hidden somewhere in the house, and then
Behind all the tchotchke shit
could
that
loan
you
stuff
buy.
that we have. Both of us are terrible, We
I
both
could
have
loan
stuff.
you Grant, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I need. And like he spent 4 hours yesterday over at my sister's, the house my brother had. She's going to put on the market, putting in some, I don't know, ground fault something. I don't know what it was, some electrical thing. And he was having a really good time because he hasn't done anything like that in a while. And so he's having a real ball with it. And so he's over there this morning doing it again. And I said, do I need to have someone else buy my house before you start doing what you're supposed to do here?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Well, we don't need anything like that. I had that done. Wait, you mean you're doing this for free for my sister and I paid for it? Okay, that's about par. We had a roof.
Well, he wanted it done right at your house.
Well, yeah. And we had, the roof was on its third layer and it needed to be replaced, right?
Yeah. Which
And
house is this?
The one we're living in now.
Oh, okay.
And for like 2 years, I was on his case. Get this roof done. Get this roof done. You're gonna, because he would go up and check it, and he's gonna fall off in the gutters because he wasn't gonna get the new gutters, and so he'd go up there and he'd clean, and he's up there wandering around, and I beat on him, and I went to every shingle store from here to Chicago, and I wanted black, he wanted a different, but anyway, so I spend X amount of dollars to get a new roof put on. 6 months later, the entire city of Indianapolis is hit by a hailstorm, and everybody gets a free roof, except me.
Well, no, because
That's what he kept waiting for. He kept waiting for that hailstorm, and I said, "It's not going to come until we get a new roof. Then it'll come." And sure enough,
you were right.
It came.
that's kind of like it rains right after you wash your car,
Yeah, we had just,
but on a much bigger level.
A bigger scale.
We
Yeah.
had bought a new car. It was 1994, and we had a super bad hailstorm, and that was before we used the garage for storage, not for storage of cars, for stuff, right? His workshop, everything else, and the poor little car looked like someone had, like Swiss cheese. It just had all these little divots in it. And it was just, this poor little Pinto wagon just looked beat up.
Oh my God, you
and
had a Pinto?
Yeah, he had a Pinto wagon.
I did too.
Oh my.
A Pinto wagon.
And then I had the other wagon. sort of
Upside
thing.
down fishbowl.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time with it. And the thing is you could use your key on everybody else's car. It wouldn't start it, but you could get in someone else's car. One night I came out of work, and sure enough, there's two, and I thought it was mine because there was a truck between mine and this one. And I used my key and got in, and I looked, and there's a bucket of tools in the back seat. And I'm thinking, that asshole took my car again. He's not supposed to put his tools in this car. Wouldn't start. And I'm looking around, I'm going, this is my car.
Whoops, wrong car.
So I got out and turned up, and then I told Mikey, I said, were your ears ringing this morning? And I told him the whole story. And he goes, I know better than put tools in your car.
I have a very sad Pinto story. I had a Mustang Mach 1.
Loved, my brother did too. Loved it.
It was a wonderful car. Wonderful car. And we got pregnant and decided we needed something that had an adequate back seat. So we traded my Mustang Mach 1 for a Pinto wagon.
Talk about downsizing.
And it was just like, I all but cried to see that. Oh my God.
Well, it's no different when you with your little Honda. You know, you love your new Cadillac. You know, your car now. But you loved that little Honda.
Oh my God, my turtle was fantastic.
I know. See, and then these husbands or people, you know.
I had a Galaxy Gray 97 Honda Civic.
Amazing little car.
I named it Turtle because it looked like a turtle upside down. It was fantastic. Like, I had the thing for, I don't know, 14 years or something like that. And it was in perfect condition. And my husband decided that we needed to have an SUV because, you know, if you need to haul something, he had an Accord and I had a Civic. And our daughter had a Fit, so we were like the Honda family. You know, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Baby Bear.
We did,
right?
actually, you
we
did.
We seriously,
just
Accord,
thinking that way.
Civic, Fit was perfect.
You could be a commercial.
Now Tori drives an Accord.
Oh, so she's moved up in the world.
She's moved up in the world.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so he said, your car's the oldest, you know, why don't you,
We trade that
pick
one.
out a car. I said, I want a Civic. I want a Civic. So I went and I drove the new Civics. Didn't like them anywhere near like mine.
No.
Didn't like them at all.
Right.
So, you know, months and months go by of me missing knitting at the yarn shop on Saturdays because that's
You
the
were
only
going
time
you could go
outside
look
of
for a
work,
car.
you know, you could go look for a car. And finally I was just like, oh, for the love of Pete, can we just go to your buddy who's the general manager of Cadillac dealership and see what he's got? Okay, fine. So we go down there, drove a ton of different cars. And finally, JR, he pulls keys out of his pocket and he throws them to me and he goes, just go drive this. It was the car he was driving. It was the demo car he was driving. And I drove it and I'm like, this is the car. I'll take this car. And that was a car and not an SUV.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, fine. So we traded in my Civic for XT6,
Six or
whatever, the biggest freaking sedan that Cadillac makes. It's just monstrous. It's a freaking boat.
Boat.
It is a boat. And then 2 months later, his Accord, died.
Her husband is.
Yeah. My husband's Accord died. And he decided he was going to get the Cadillac SUV from his buddy, who we got a really good deal from, whatever. And, but in the process of doing all this, he tells the guys at our work that he really, really likes driving my car. He liked it better than driving the SUV. But he wouldn't tell me that because, you know, husbands are that way and they don't want to tell their wives things.
Right.
But,
He might admit he made an error in judgment.
but one of the guys in the shop told me, and I said, you watch, he'll drive in with the car tomorrow and I'll be in the SUV. So I came home and I said, you know, honey, we're going to have to switch cars. And he goes, why? And I said, he goes, I thought you liked your car. And I said, oh, I love the car, but I can't park it in the grocery store parking lot because it's too big. I can't see anything. I'm going to hit something with it. So unless you want to do the grocery shopping every week, we're going to have to switch cars.
That was a no-brainer.
So I'm driving the SUV and he's driving the big boat. And he loves it. Of course he does, because I picked it out. Just for him.
And
So I make fun of him every once in a while. I'm like, oh, do you want to take my SUV or my car?
My car. Which one do you want? Whichever one. No, my husband's like 6 foot, big guy, you know, and he drives a little Fiesta. And it's funny because it's
some of the smaller cars have more leg room for the big guys. Because Jamie was finding my Civic as well.
Right. The leg room is fine. It's the headroom that really kind of gets him. And he said now, you know, with the hip trouble and getting out, sometimes swinging the leg and getting that. But it's hysterical because all of a sudden this little car pulls up and it's full, right? Because the whole body's in there. And he turns and then the next thing you see is this whoop come flying up out of it.
Get him a red nose.
I said, I should do that. Next time they have that red nose thing at Walgreens, I'll get him a red nose.
Get him a red nose so when he gets out of the car,
like a clown car.
That's like Ryan.
Yeah, because your grandson's tall.
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
And they had trouble finding a car that he fit in.
Yep.
So he ended up with a better car than either of his parents. Because he didn't fit in the others. Yeah. So
well,
he's got a nice
he's
car.
working at a car dealer now. He may have
his eye on something.
Yeah, he may have
Who
his
knows?
eye on something else.
Yeah, I think that he's too busy.
Some of those smaller cars actually have more legroom.
I don't even know what brand the car dealership is.
Whatever.
So
we'll move on. Trade over.
moving right on.
I do have an FO this week.
I'm going to put this on here, FO. And I'm going to tag this when I get home.
Stand for. It doesn't stand for that. That's what my dad said. My dad actually posted on something on Instagram. He goes, FO stand for fuck off. And I'm like, no, Dad. Finished object. Why are you telling your followers off? Not, Dad. It's an engineer for you. Oh my gosh.
I love it. I just love it. Sorry, I'm going to go pee in my pants.
So this is the giant gradient scarf. I can't remember the designer name, but it's been in show notes for like 6 months. And I put pom-poms on
Yes, you did.
On the ends.
So cute.
Yeah. The yarn is Emma's yarn from Four Purls. I got down there. And it is Colorway Autumn, I think is what it was called.
Nice.
Yeah. My sparse little
I think they're fine.
I had very little yarn left over. Not enough to make like substantial pom-poms. So
I think they look good.
They're kind of sparse for me.
Oh, for you.
Well, they're old, so they're thinning.
Yeah, well, if they start falling apart,
like Deb's hair.
I may
Hey, watch it resemble that remark.
I have fur pom-poms about this size that if
that
these
would be
fall
pretty
apart, like I think they will, it can have fur pom-poms on it.
And this is a Mika cowl?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Mika cowl. There's no pattern really. It's just
she's going
round and round and round.
Provisional cast on of however many stitches you want in the round. And I'm just doing helical with 3 different colors. We've talked about this before too.
Well,
but it's been a while. This was in hiding.
It's back in the room.
Why was it hiding? Was it man-ate you or something? Was it just saying I'm not going to have anything to do with you anymore?
Well,
or what?
It got put.
You had other things you wanted to work on.
It got put in the corner like baby, and then and then other things got on top of it. It started to my room started to look like Deb's house, and I said, "This has got to stop. We can't have.
You got to finish this out.
We can't have this." So
I didn't. Yeah, this is the Mpito from January. Remember when we had the pseudo funny knit along that we had that.
One of us finished a Mpito at that time.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be
during the knitting time, and then I get distracted very easily. I'm surprised I've done 6 stitches so far this morning.
6 stitches?
Yeah, because normally I get distracted.
She's done 6 stitches on it since we started filming.
Yeah, see,
29 minutes ago.
Yeah,
she Yeah, she knits really, really tight.
I don't.
And yeah, she does.
She's a tight ass. That's why.
And then I was also going to show you my rocket tee.
Did you pull that one out too?
No,
No
no.
reverse knitting on that one.
No. But I
Forward
am
knitting?
on the I-cord bind off.
Yay.
Which
and then you
is-
just have the sleeves?
Then I just have the sleeves to go. The I-cord bind off is taking me absolutely forever.
Yeah. It's
So-
wonderful,
It
but
does
it's
that.
time.
It does that. This is what I have to go on the I-cord bind off.
That's not too
That no.
much.
You know one way to do it?
Do I know one way to do it?
You know
Yeah.
one way to do it?
I know
that
one
goes
way
a
to
little
do it.
faster?
What?
That you don't mind spending the time? Go on a
What?
flight somewhere.
I sat in the garage. Well, I was getting my oil,
Well, you have to same with
oil
similar.
change.
Some of the things you sit at the airport, you
Oil.
just do this. You get
Oil.
on the plane, you just do this,
Yeah.
So,
And
I
this
think
is,
I probably actually get more knitting done in the airport before I get on the
oh yeah,
airplane.
yeah.
but this is it so
It's
far.
turning out so
Oh, that's
cute.
fun.
Isn't that beautiful? Love the colors.
Yep.
Love,
I think
love,
you'll
love.
enjoy having the I-cord bind off.
Well,
on the
I think
bottom.
I'm liking the bind off. I like the bottom. It's just
It's time.
getting it done.
Yeah.
And this is again Sock Obsession yarn in the colorway Blue Craze. Blue Craze. So that's where that is. I pull it out and work on it for half hour or so, and then I put it away and work on something else. Like
Yeah.
like undoing.
like
the
I'm doing
other-
my mother's.
I know. I have a sweater.
Oh
Colorwork somewhere.
Yeah.
That
Maybe it's where this was.
well. So I need to finish something else before I pull that sweater back out again.
Okay.
It won't be this. This
This
won't
is
be.
this is just round and round. And
Well, that's just kind of like fill in the blank.
This is idiot knitting. This
Okay.
is watch a movie knitting. This is
Yeah.
doing the podcast knitting because I literally am just knitting.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
And I can't do that with the sweater yet because I still have quite a bit of color work left to go.
Yeah. You really have to pay attention.
Once I
to
get
it.
past that, then it's just knitting, and it's idiot knitting or popcorn knitting or movie knitting or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I still have my
Potato chip knitting,
simple something that I'm working on. And
which
since
is kind of idiot knitting too.
I'm at the point of idiot knitting. Yes. Yes. And I am
I think
getting
I need to do one of those.
probably so.
I think I do.
I think so too, but
I like idiot knitting.
I think
once you get past all of the
top-
the
what's
short
that?
rows,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you build up for the back of the neck, yeah, it's pretty simple.
and then I could take another trip so that I could just go round and round and round and round.
I don't know that your knitting supply has ever kept you from taking a trip.
No,
Yeah, no.
no.
When is your next trip scheduled for?
Depending on when my surgery is, depending on the hand. Carnival's running more specials. They really want to get people on their cruise ships. And I was looking at one. It's 8 nights. Actually, it goes out of Galveston. Goes to the Caribbean from the Galveston. Like you go all the way to Nassau from Galveston. So you have 2 sea days to get there. Then you do like 1, 2, 3 stops, and then 2 sea days coming home.
Nice.
Where do you stop?
Like Nassau and Half Moon Key and something else, maybe even Bimini, for all I know. And it's like $600. Yeah, and that's by myself with a balcony. It's
Right.
like $600.
Yeah, that's
And I'm thinking, I even told Mikey, I said, hey, for you, it's almost you can't not go. You know, he says it's just that's
But
you.
where do you fly into?
Yeah, Houston.
And
It's about an hour. It's sort of like Port Canaveral from Orlando, about 45 minutes to an hour. So they have shuttles that either pick you up in Houston and take you out, or some of the local hotels in Galveston take you over. You just take a taxi over to the boat and then back. But you fly in and out of Houston. And then there's another one that goes in and out of, that's in New Orleans.
Well, that would be an interesting
Yeah, New Orleans.
word of call.
Yeah. And then there was one that kind of goes out of New Orleans. I've never gone out of Galveston. Most of mine have been Miami, or I've done 2 out of New York. that was fun. Out of the Brooklyn, that's fun. That's a nice. They've done a lot with that port of call, and it's really kind of cool because here you are on this huge big cruise ship, and you're on the Manhattan side, and you look at the Staten Island ferry, which really looks big, right?
Yeah,
and you look, and then you get over on the cruise ship, and it looks like it's this big going across the water, you know.
Yeah, it's tiny.
The Queen Mary was there when we went on to New York the last time, so it was really kind of cool to see the.
You had to compare.
You know, to see the difference, because that one is one I really want to do, because it just goes from New York to Southampton to New York. And it's all sea days. So for me, and it goes to the northern route. So they say can be a little choppier too to go across. But I thought, and that's like 5 sea days. So how perfect is that? I love sea days. So, but yeah, I don't know exactly. There's one I'm thinking for that. A couple of Caribbean ones, and then if Celebrity drops their price a little bit or doesn't ding me for being by myself, I may do the Trans-Pacific one in November. It's a repositional cruise where they're bringing in the winter. Americans cruise more, so, and then the Europeans cruise less, obviously. So they bring more of the ships, they bring them back over here, and it's 2 stops, 11 days. So there's 8 sea days.
2 stops. Where would they stop?
They stop in the Azores, and I think one other, like maybe Bermuda or something like that. It's one of those. I can't remember.
I thought it was Pacific.
No, transatlantic.
I thought you said Trans-Pacific. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. And
they don't really do Trans-Pacific. They go to Hawaii.
That's why I was waiting for Hawaii.
Yeah, they go to Hawaii, and then Hawaii goes elsewhere to the South Pacific or down to Australia. They don't necessarily like.
That was my mistake. I thought you said Pacific, and I couldn't figure out how you get to Bermuda from the Pacific Ocean. Well, I mean, I know how to do that, but
you have to go through the Panama Canal.
I was going to say through the canal.
Yeah, sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
No.
Now, some of those cruise ships, they go into the canal and then they go to this one part and they turn around and they come back out. If I ever do the Panama Canal, I want to go through, so I would
think
start.
my mom and her sister and her brother-in-law did that one where they went in and then turned around and came back, because I know that she's been down, not all the way through the canal, but she mucked around there.
Yeah, down there. They say it's really a fantastic cruise. The scenery is amazing.
Now, I've been through the Llewellyn Canal.
Nice.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was on how big was it? We had my sister-in-law had a sailboat, a 2-masted schooner that we sailed up the St. Lawrence, and of course around the Niagara Falls through the Llewellyn Canal, and then on out to, I got off in Quebec City, but
I want to go there. That's on my hit list too.
Yeah, and that was an amazing trip.
Yeah, I bet that would be.
Yeah, then they went on to, they went down the eastern seacoast, stopped in Maryland and worked for a while, went on down through, Florida, down to Cuba, and then they went all the way over. They were in Australia. They spent 6 months in New Zealand, and they were in South Africa.
Nice.
When she left the boat and came back to.
Those are brave souls.
Yeah, and the sad part is I had a standing invitation to join them.
And you didn't?
I didn't. It was never quite the right time. Never quite the right money in my bank account. Never quite right. And I did not join them. Her grandson she was a teacher, so she was able to homeschool him. And he spent, I think, a year with them in South Africa. Yeah. Which is an experience. Yeah. You cannot.
That's a little small for me. Yeah, it has to have. Yeah,
I want to say it was 50-some foot. It wasn't.
Oh no! I need at least a football field.
No, this was not a football field.
God,
I need a lot of room.
But she had wonderful stories that she told about the sailing and the
Oh, I'm
friends
sure.
they made.
Oh, yeah. Just the
Yeah,
whole-
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So
That would be something fantastic.
now she's living out of a camper in Maine.
Nice. Oh, well. Whatever.
To each his own.
Look at you. You are ready for the snowstorm.
Yep.
So
Wow. That's cool. So, on that note, I think we will let Sue build her boobs up or whatever she's doing there.
I'm not sure what she's doing.
She's,
It looks like she's cold.
Oh, look at how cool. Yeah, it looks like you're cold, man.
And I know you're not.
I'm not
You're
cold.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not cold.
No, you're
Sue is
not.
never cold.
No, she's not. She's actually kind of cool temp here.
I am,
But you're
but
good.
that's okay.
That's
And
fine.
your hands
My
are
hands
probably-
are warm.
Do you have socks on?
I do have socks on.
Check these socks out.
I can't get my foot up that high,
Oh.
but I have these
can
socks
help.
on.
I can help. Those are from Leah. Aren't they great?
Did you just smell them?
I smiled. I
Oh.
didn't sniff.
She didn't
Okay.
sniff. She smiled. She's like, look how cute
These
they
are these are birthday socks from Miss Leah.
Aren't they great? They're the perfect size, too.
They are. She
They're
said
so
she
good.
knit them in like a day and a half.
Yeah, she did.
Because I have little feet, she says.
Well,
Yeah, but-
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm
But
alright with
still,
that.
I think we
I
have
have little
average
hands
size
and it-
feet.
I think so
I
too.
have little hands. You can't knit a mitten in a day and a half instead of mittens in a
Well,
day and a half.
But you don't
probably
speed
could
knit
if you
like
didn't
Leah.
sleep. It's,
Yeah, I could not sleep, so that you're right. Then I might be able to do it, but then it wouldn't look like mittens.
They would look like Ken sleeping bags, which they do.
That limp thumb would not be the same. That would be even limper than normal.
Yeah.
So
All right,
guys,
guys.
this week we aren't going to do much. We're all just going to kind of hang and finish up and
I'm
get
just gonna
going.
go. I'm gonna go back to
Fall's
work.
going to come. She's going to work. She's going to whatever. We're going to do breakfast.
I'm going to do whatever.
You are gonna do whatever you want to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me,
Works
I get
out.
to find out
That's
for
part
next
of
week.
retirement is you get to do whatever you want to do.
And next
Exactly.
week you'll get to know when I'm going to have my hand done so that I'll be coming or going. Next month we do have some travel time though.
Yeah, well, I think we're skipping a Sunday,
Sunday or
next
two.
month.
She's going to This one's actually going to go out of the state. Woohoo!
I am.
She's going to be traveling, which is nice.
Yeah, and it's yeah.
So I should look and see. Maybe I should go on a cruise then.
Well, I think that I'm going. That's the weekend that my uncle died, which is he was well into his 90s. It was not a big shock, but he asked rather than having a memorial service or a funeral that they have a fish fry at the local volunteer fire department.
Cool.
So the
Neat.
fish fry
That is good.
is the weekend of your in-laws' anniversary.
My in-laws are gonna have their 50th anniversary, so we're gonna go out there
And I think
to
I
celebrate
should,
that with them.
And I should celebrate for them by taking a cruise.
Whatever.
I agree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I'm rolling on another cruise.
So don't forget, go on to Instagram.
We'll let
follow-
you know beforehand so that you
Yeah.
don't. It's not next week, so
And don't be a salty bitch.
Hold on.
Okay,
Just
sorry.
chillax for a
Okay.
second.
Oh
lady.
wait, yeah.
Don't forget, go over to Instagram if you want to win the stitch markers this week.
They're
We're
really cute.
doing weekly giveaways on stitch markers, but the directions are on the stitch marker post.
These are them.
They are them.
Ooh, cute.
See?
See, look, see, that's them. They come in a little pink bag. pink kittens. in a little
Follow the
pink bag.
directions there to enter to win those.
Get your books all bound.
Yeah.
spiral
Only if you
bind.
want to.
Work on your work projects and whatever it is.
Do
And get ready for next month. Because you know what next month is.
October.
Oh, Halloween.
Yay!
Duh.
Just
Okay.
every
Love
Sunday
Pete.
we're going to be here. Oh, I went to the dollar store to see some of the cool stuff I got.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Leave your comments.
Yeah.
If you like us, subscribe.
Hit all the stuff, notifications,
Yeah,
share our videos, do whatever you,
know,
want.
yes.
Do it all.
I'm trying to do
And
that
we'll see you
bird
next
thing.
week.
Well, don't.
I want to do it. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Keep
Bye.
knitting.